world. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah. Okay, cool. Getting some nods. Nice. I pinged a link to the community agenda in the chat, and I'll also share my screen just to make things easier. Let's see. All right. So welcome to our community call. Today is Sunday. I'm excited to check in with everybody. I think we can go ahead and get started with our check-in circle. So if you want to share how you're feeling, if you have any key updates, just like, highlights, and then having the opportunity to dish some praise on your turn. So I took some notes this time. I was proactive. I can go first. I'm feeling tired and grounded, but my tiredness is going to wear off as I drink this cacao. I went to a friend's wedding yesterday, and that was really special union to see, so that was nice. And Lauren and Ashley were there too, which was cool. Okay, and then to dish some praise, I really, really, really deeply want to thank Ashley for letting me borrow her spare laptop for, I think it's been like 2 months now. I don't know what I would have done. For those that don't know, I had my devices stolen, and then Danny Bell brought me a new laptop and it didn't work, and I had to send it back, and I just got a new one, again, a new one, and this one's working. So I'm like, thank God. And also thank Ashley. So yeah, big props to you. I also really want to praise Griff for being in a gajillion places at once, sometimes multiple calls at once, but always, making an effort to join our token calls and our comms calls, even if just for the beginning to kind of check in and be a cheerleader, as he calls himself. And then I also want to praise Griff for our one-on-one time that we had this past week. I'm super grateful for you, and just thank you so much. I want to praise Monique for being such an organized project manager. I'm really inspired by the way you gather data and make informed decisions, and like the team that you're working with seems to really praise and acknowledge you a lot, and I think you're like really killing it. I want to praise Ashley for her team spirit. When we were on our comms call on Friday, she shared that she'd closed out all of her issues and then offered how she could jump in and support the rest of the team now that she has more bandwidth. And I just think that's like really awesome spirit. Praise to Cam for guiding us through an autopilot masterclass, and also Willie for helping to coordinate and get that set up and joining us. And then I want to praise Lauren, Mitch, and Ashley for really being bridges between development and communications. Okay, to Mitch.
Good morning. I got a list of praise here. I'd like to add more praise to Matteo for being an all-star dev. And again, praise to Monique for providing documentation and feedback for the Giveth trace updates. And again, more praise to Lauren, Ashley, and Forrest for awesome communications progress. And I'll pass it to Ashley.
Thanks, Mitch. Hi, everybody. I am feeling today much more focused, and I don't know, this last week there's just been so much going on. It's been hard to focus on one thing at a time. And so, yeah, I'm excited for this week coming up. I have praise, and I wrote it down this time. So I want to praise Forrest and Griff and Willie for all their work on the deployment spec that was created for the Give token. The document's been super helpful to just like provide clarity, and the call with Edu is really enlightening, and I got a lot out of that. I want to praise Amin, Muhammad, and Ramin for taking on this huge task of transitioning milestones to traces and maybe DAX to communities. I feel like that takes a lot of work on all ends, the back end, the front end, everything. Like every piece of code contains milestone or DAC. I want to praise Griff for conducting all these interviews with prospective employees, and just he knows all the things that we're looking for and all the language to be looking for, and it's been super helpful going through and seeing all the applications. More praise for the docs to wiki to docs transition. Like Lauren's been taking on this mission vision task of basically going out and finding all these different Easter eggs throughout the history of Giveth and how it's evolved and what it's become, and really taking the pieces that are still true and then evolving the pieces that are changed now and putting that together. And Mitch with the development section of it, because it's kind of got to be split now into 2 applications. So there's a lot of work just for that one section and a lot of technical work. And praise to Monique for providing context and input like around all the roles and stuff in Trace for our documentation. It's helpful to see an insider perspective. And I want to praise Willie and Cam for the autopilot session. That was really helpful, and like my brain is trying to come up with different ideas that how we can harvest the data that our platform's creating and use it for better communications. And I will pass it to Hannah.
Hi, so I'm feeling. Oh, which Hannah?
There's 2 of them.
There's 2 Hannahs.
Oh, there's. Oh.
Which one?
Well, I'll just go. So, my name is. Okay, I'll just go for it. My name is Hannah, and I am a friend of Griff, and I've known Griff for several years now. We met at Burning Man, and he reached out to me around needing help with hiring. And so I'm just new in this whole space, and being a bit of a shadow as I learn more about the culture and the vocabulary and the different projects. And the ultimate goal is to hire more people, and then also take that time and energy away from Griff, because Griff has a lot of other projects that he'd like to work on, and same with some of the other projects lead, and to help like streamline the process of hiring. So, and I also heard that someone's in Denver right now, but that's where I'm from, so I'm a little heart there. And let's see, I'm currently in India, and we talked about how we should mention how we're feeling. And I will mention that I'm feeling tired because it's almost 10 o'clock at night here, but it was a really beautiful day. We had a beautiful morning and then a giant storm in the afternoon. So I will pass it on. Let's see, how do I do this? Like I just pick anyone?
Yep, just pick anyone who hasn't gone
I
yet.
know Griff. Okay. I'll pass it to Griff because he's the only person I know as of right now.
Perfect. Well, thanks for coming, Hannah. In fact, I'll praise Hannah and Max and is there anyone else? I think those are and Tommy, who don't come to all of these calls, so it's really nice to get some fresh faces in our community call. Thanks for representing the larger community. And I also want to praise Monique. In fact, I have these written down, so maybe I'll paste these over here just to save whoever is typing. I think it's boring. And spoiler alert. So I'll praise Monique for all the organization and product management work on Trace. It's a brand new app right now. I want to praise Monique, Amin, Mohammed, and Ramin for all the progress. Like seriously, if you look at the app 2 months ago and you look at it now, it's just totally different. Oh, and major praise to Marco for also contributing to that. because it wouldn't have been possible without his amazing designs. So thank you guys for just making Trace what it is today. I also want to praise Lauren for the amazing Twitter work and comms work in general. She's really taking it on with such agency. So thank you, Lauren. And then I don't know how you find time to participate in the TEC as much as you do. I'm excited to see it in a week. And understand how you find the time to do all this work. I also want to praise Edu for taking the time to understand the Giveth development plan and really start to piece together the details for launching the token, and there's a lot of them. I also want to praise Gabby for his amazing Gardens work. Gardens is basically live on Rinkeby. It's almost I feel like it had a little bit of a false start. It might be live today. I haven't checked in the last 3 days. So but I'm really excited to start to play with it on testnet. And it's amazing that Gardens might be ready for us before other things. So that's super cool. And I want to praise Ashley, Amin, and Edu for helping interview the smart contract devs, especially Ashley for organizing everything and making it all easy and set up. And then, of course, praise Forrest and Danny for getting the initial stuff out there and collecting all the data. Thank you so much. And I want to praise Mateo and Kai and James for the really awesome Giveth.io changeover to Next.js and just in general these big updates to Giveth.io that are happening. So great work, guys. And I will pass it to the other Hannah.
All right. I am feeling good, but I'm also feeling sorry because I haven't been super good about contributing this week. I have been a huge busy week for my work, and my deadline is Monday. So hopefully after Monday, all this will be behind me, but probably going to be doing that today and tomorrow. But also on to praise to Willie for meeting up today. We're going to try to sprint through some stuff and focus on Giveth. We've talked about how even though we get busy with our jobs right now, this is similar work sometimes, but it's so much more energizing and refreshing. So thank you there. And praise to Mateo for sending me some learning opportunities for different data organization and stuff. Also praise to Griff for interviewing people because that's so huge, and also just for bringing us all together in the first place and fostering this great community. And let's see, I think that's about it because, like I said, kind of been just focusing on my job this week. But yeah, thank you to everybody. And I will pass it to Willie.
Hey, everybody. Feeling wonderful, excited to be here. I just want to give a blanket praise to everybody on the call because I'm looking through and I know everybody on this call has contributed meaningfully this past week. And I freaking think that's so cool. I just think it's amazing to see all these people from around the world, different skills coming together to build this future of giving. So thank you all. Also want to give a praise to Marco, who's not on the call today, but I was just, before this call, was looking at the brand guidelines he put together, and those look amazing. Thank you all. And I will pass to Lauren.
Hey everyone, sorry, I have to, when I'm recording in OBS, I have to unmute myself in 2 places. So it's slightly extra delay, and I'm writing all the praise in the Discord. So, hi, happy to be here. I'm feeling fine. I have praise. Well, actually, yeah, this was mentioned a couple of times. I just want to provide a really quick update about how we're working on this. The comms team is working on this Wiki to docs migration, and we have the mission, vision, values thing that we're going to hack on a lot Monday, and then I want to get a bunch of your feedback. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm going to get a bunch of feedback from you guys on that. But yeah, I got praise. So I want to praise Mateo a lot for being such an amazing dev and crushing all the issues on Next and just spending so much time in development, in the midst of moving. So you're amazing. And I'd like to praise Ashley and Mitch for doing all this thorough testing on Next as well this week. I want to praise Cam for the autopilot, like advanced autopilot question and answer session, and Willie for organizing it. I want to praise Forrest, Ashley, Mitch, and myself for working on the mission, vision, values thing. It was a really great comms call, and overall being a great comms team. I want to praise Marco for his work on the brand guide, and also just for being super reliable and responsive. Like every time I message Marco, he's like all of the time responds. It's great. And I want to praise Griff for jumping in to all the calls that he can and being super inclusive and encouraging and just like binding everybody together continuously. And I want to praise Mohammed as well, because every time I see Mohammed, he makes me smile. Just he jumps in a meeting and he's smiling and he's just the greatest energy. So I just want to praise him for his amazing energy. And I'll pass it to Monique.
Thank you, Laura, and hello, everybody. I'm feeling perfect. Everything is okay. And I'm looking forward to make a trace a better place. And every project in, Giveth. I would like to, first of all, praise Mitch for his great work on documentation. I would also like to praise Ashley for her comments on this documentation about the trace. I would like to praise Lauren for her work on tweeting about the gas that we have an issue that we need her help. And I would like to praise Ramin for his great work on our front end. And also for Mohammed to go back to the details of discovering bugs, the root cause of our bugs. And also Amin for their leadership in technical. Amin knows everything better than us and and he always helps us during this. And I would like to dish praises for Griff. He helped me during this career and give me insights to do better my job. And that's it. Thank you. I will pass it to Mohammed if Mohammed is present. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Hey everyone, good to see you guys. I would praise Ramin, Amin, and Cherik for they did a lot of improvements in UI for Giveth Race. I'm excited when see the new changes. I would praise them. I would praise Monique for removing distraction. He's trying to help devs to focus on the sprint stories, and it's worth a lot to me. And I would praise Griff for introducing new techs and DeFis to other people like us. And I would praise the whole community, especially Ashley and Lauren, for thinking and deciding about the renaming my lesson to Trace or renaming DAC or not. I would praise the whole community. And I would pass it to Amin if he's present.
I mean, it's not present, Mohammed.
Oh, I would pass it.
Sorry, I'm here. Sorry, I didn't. Yeah. Sorry for my camera was off. I want to praise Ashley and Lauren and of course Mitch. Mitch did an incredible job on documenting the trace. She has polished and migrated all the documentation of the trace. Others have reviewed those, and that's much profitable for onboarding user and for first user know what's going on in this trace. Thank you very much. I want to praise Group for interviewing Solidity developer. I want to praise Monique for his for accepting a new project to be as a product manager of. And I want to praise Mohammed and Rami. They are good devs. And yeah, I want to praise all of you who have attended this meeting. Is there anyone missed? Kai, are you here?
Still have to go. I don't know if Tommy went already, but he will be after me. Hey guys, very nice to see you. Very cool round. I'm glad that Griff, who gets the first praise, is in the woods. As we say, Santa comes from the woods, so you're basically where you belong. Anyway, it's cool. You're just the greatest supporter of like Giveth and these other initiatives. It's crazy. Yeah, warm yourself up, man. And yeah, take the fingers off the keyboard for a second. And for like sharing your knowledge and all the good things you do. Thanks so much. I really want to praise the two dev teams highly. Like it's insane. Like Griff said, what you did to Trace, Monique, Amin, the Mohammeds on the call. I don't know the others yet. They haven't joined. I think the community meeting is it Ramin? Yamix. I'm very sorry. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, but invite those guys. Would like to meet them as well. I want to praise Marco for reinventing like our whole design for Giveth.io, and he did some things for Trace as well, overhauling all the things. Lauren is crazy, and she gets praised for being a great driver, of change, and putting the pressure on it like that. And in the same vein, like Ashley, you do so much great, important detail work. Forrest, you do such a great job at like hosting our meetings, taking on. Oh shit! I forgot to give it. I forgot Matteo. Like Matteo, you always deserve the highest praise. Like from my spot, people seem to know what you do, but it's not nearly enough. Praise, 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 Matteo. And of course, Merlin and James as well, as they are important. But Matteo, yes, good job, good job. So hope we can move fast with this next thing, and might be on the main URL soon. Don't know if I forgot Mitch, but of course, Mitch get praised for his dogs session. It's not live yet, it seems, so can help you there, buddy, if you want, or have a look with you. And I sadly missed an interesting autopilot session, it seems, but props for that. I think that goes to Cam and Willie. Praise Hannah for, even though she's very new to the community, like doing these crazy calculations for SourceCred. I finally added you to SourceCred, which is not relevant anyway, the way we calculate it, because there's like an official opt-in that we are not using right now. But if we ever move to automatic tokens, you're registered. And I also want to praise Dani. She's absent, but I think she does some crazy important work. And I'm kind of jealous. Like she's meeting people of an ancient tribe, seems, or that's how I understood. So thanks you all for being here. And we have some people left. Tommy, for example.
Hello, long time no see here. I can praise, but I'm a little bit behind. So I praise everyone for allowing me to be here and kind of lurk my way back in. I would second that Lauren seems to be some kind of machine. So praise the Lauren, and praise the Griff for keeping everyone together and being welcoming. And these praises go on quite a long time, I see. It's nice. I would get more specific, but I haven't really been around. But thanks for having me. I will pass it to, I guess, back to Forrest.
I think Max hasn't gone, is the only one.
Oh,
Hey,
nice.
okay. I'm super stoked, super happy to be alive here with you guys, and lots of things moving forward. That's super exciting. Definitely want to push massive praise to Marco for jumping on the call with us, basically going through the UI UX. Super exciting, and also for James for like taking time for himself and trying not to burn out anytime soon. Like I know it's difficult and difficult position for him, but I think it's good for him at the end. So that's what's important, to stay in the run and for the long run. And then also like to all of you guys, because you're flipping epic, and it's so beautiful to see every single one of you being praised in dishes all over the place for doing like all this epic, awesome work. I know. Is it time for update and like agenda point maybe too, or no? Later.
I think that Mateo hasn't checked in yet, and then we'll jump into the agenda.
Okay. Apologies. Cool. Awesome. Mateo.
Hey everyone, happy Sunday. Can you listen to me properly? Okay. No, it's been a stressful week for me, but I'm feeling quite relieved right now. I had to cancel a move out, so right now I have only my laptop and my sofa. So that's been really crazy. I don't want to spend much time on praise right now because I know that we are over the time. So I'll take every prize that you have given and multiply that by infinity because I love you all. I'll pass it back to you first.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Mateo. Okay, so yes, we will dig into the agenda now. I didn't hear any requests for additional agenda points to add, but if you have anything, please ping it in the chat and I'll try to get to everything. I'm going to breeze through since we've got just 30 minutes. So communications team, just some updates around branding. The team is currently reviewing and proofreading the brand book that Marco shared. Super exciting that he's done some awesome work there. If anyone else would like to take a look, I've hyperlinked it here in the notes, and you can leave your comments directly in Figma. Of course, our Changemakers campaign is ongoing. Like we announced in the last week or two, we're going to be continuing that until we launch the Give token. So yeah, there's a link to our submissions here, and we're mostly building buzz and talking about this on Twitter, Reddit, Medium, and also we've been doing some direct outreach, which can be on a myriad of platforms, from messaging with friends, talking about it in person, and also posting in different Discord channels. You heard a few of us mention in our check-ins this Wiki to Docs migration. You can see one of the GitHub issues here around it. Basically, we have gone through all of the different Wiki documents and we're transferring them to Docs, but we're really looking through with a fine-tooth comb and making sure, like, is this up to date with our latest branding, and are we talking about Giveth.io and Giveth Trace and just Giveth in general in the way that is the most up to date and aligned and alive. So we're really reorganizing and structuring some things, and it's brought up a lot of these branding conversations, which is cool. And as Lauren mentioned, one of the things the comms team talked through on Friday on our call was hacking on the mission and vision, which we're going to use Monday's placeholder time to dig into more deeply. So if anyone else would like to join, you can message me on Discord and I'll get you added to that meeting if you're not already on it. But as with any important governance stuff, we'll make sure you have an opportunity to review, even if you can't join. Taurus, we're finding that a lot of users are having some trouble with that, and there's not a lot of great documentation on Taurus's behalf. So some solutions we discussed is to create a pop-up like, what is this? Where we can have a brief answer on the screen. And then we're also working through some more thorough documentation to outline, walking people through using Taurus. And we can always link to some external resources there as well. Autopilot, we had an awesome masterclass with Cam, which the YouTube from the live stream is hyperlinked here if anyone else would like to take a look and check it out. For videos, we discussed this past week as a comms team this like Giveth contributor series. So we're gonna, why are you part of Giveth and how are you involved? And those on the team that are interested, can be a part of this like mashup video. We really feel like it's cool to add some personality to Giveth and kind of show some of the faces behind what we're doing here in building the future of giving. So that's something that we're starting to work on. And then also doing more of like a meet the team tweet thread series. So just kind of creating more personality to the brand.
Why after the end of this call.
Givebacks flow. There's not a lot of update here, just in our queue and in progress, working on some of the documentation and the messaging around givebacks so that we can close out any of those blockers for when we decide to launch the givebacks program. As always with Twitter and social media, we have a spreadsheet here. If you have any ideas, especially since we have so many different circles at Giveth, and not all of us are, know all of the ins and outs or the updates that are newsworthy. You speaking from your own circle can come up with some ideas of things that we can communicate to our fans and family online. And you don't have to like draft a whole tweet. You can just pop your ideas here into this spreadsheet. So that's super helpful. And then if you are on social media like Twitter particularly, just another friendly reminder, encouragement to turn on your Giveth tweet notifications so that when the Giveth brand channel is posting, things around launches or sharing Medium articles, you'll get a notification so you can engage with our content and help us share it to the world. Anyone else from the comms team want to share any other communications updates, or does anyone have any big questions for the comms team? Okay, doesn't look like it. All right, I will pass the mic to Ashley if there's anything that you'd like to share around the community circle or the Panvola Coalition.
The coalition's been kind of quiet lately, actually. There's not a whole lot to update there, but we did start a Telegram chat that the link should be in the notes there where you could join in on the talks. And I guess I'm just trying to brainstorm different ideas that we could have. I don't know if we want to have some sort of event or like different things that the coalition can provide for community support for the involved communities. So if any of you guys have ideas about maybe something we could do as a coalition, just let me know. And then I guess other community stuff, I've just been doing a lot of onboarding with like new users and collecting information, and it's been really insightful. Like you talked about the Taurus integration or the Taurus wallet usage, and it's like we almost made it too easy for some people so that they don't really now understand what a wallet is. And so trying to figure that out, but we're learning as we go. And yeah, it's been interesting like onboarding people and just kind of like seeing new members come in. There's been a lot of new members in our Discord and people hopping on, so it's exciting. But that's all I really have for updates there.
Awesome, thanks Ashley. Anyone have any questions for community? Okay. Moving on to governance. I don't believe there's any pending proposals. I just was clicking Aragon and looking at the voting to see, and it's loading for a while for me. So I don't know if anyone else is able to do a quick check. But every Monday we have our governance meetings. Tomorrow is one such day. I'm curious if anyone knows if Danny will be back or if we should assign someone else to facilitate the governance meeting tomorrow. Do you guys know when Danny's back? Not sure. Okay, I can lead it if Danny's not there. So I'll just. Okay. And then do we have any requests for what to discuss in governance tomorrow? Are there any agenda items we'd like to add? I see Willie and Hannah have one.
Yeah, we were just thinking maybe it would be worth talking about if we all like get our praise beforehand maybe for these calls and then copy paste it but highlight one or two if they're like not repeats or something like that, just because now as we get more and more contributors, that's awesome, but it does take kind of a long time for some repeats, but also it's great to hear praise said. So if we could just like maybe have a discussion and see what people are thinking.
Basically evolving praise so that there's still room to give praise, but we can ideally do it in a way that takes up a little bit less time as we grow. Scaling the praise process.
Weren't we doing that already? It's like the governance meeting has no praise, I think. Only the community meeting, which is okay. That's my point is it's cool to go long here. It's the community meeting and it should be, it's the time for praises. Yeah.
Yeah, what
That's
we do
my
in the
5 cents.
TBC is we have like a 30-second timer, and we could implement our timer, and then everyone just like turns it
So,
out.
yeah, I like that. Those are the ideas. And yeah, because if we doubled in size, then it would take the full hour, right, to do if we kept doing praise in the same way. So ideas, I like Lauren's idea of like ways that we can still have space for praise, but try and condense it, and maybe even, still give the same amount of praise, but maybe there's the opportunity for people to like, let's say you have to pick one thing to do to give praise for. Maybe that's like double praise, or I don't know. We can talk about it tomorrow at the governance call.
Awesome. That's a great suggestion. Thanks, Willie and Hannah. Does anyone else have any governance topics for us to discuss tomorrow? Okay. If you have anything that comes up, you can always post in the governance channel. I think there's a governance channel on Discord. So assuming there is, yeah, I think there is. You can post it in there, or you can DM me and I'll add it to the agenda as well. Okay. Give token and give token economy. So the latest and greatest here, I've got a link to the deployment spec up at the top. This is like, if you have questions around the token economy, this is a really great place to go. We've added a lot of thorough information here. So we have had more communication with DAppNode, which is great. The team is back in business. Edu is back working full-time, and Ofri is kind of working part-time. They have a new dev being onboarded right now to their team as well. Our token team was able to review the deployment spec section by section with Edu last week. So we're all in alignment and speaking the same language. The liquidity mining stuff is ready. I don't know if this has happened yet, but we were going to schedule a meeting with Edu and Gabby so that the two of them can sync. Cool, getting nods from Griff. And we're considering launching
Monday.
Okay, cool. Meeting on Monday, tomorrow. Sweet. We are considering launching the Giveth Garden before the liquidity mining, and just using their built-in solution. It won't be as fancy pants, but it is a cool solution. And yeah, will help us continue moving things forward. And yeah, around like estimating launch dates, it's just not something we're going to be able to do super accurately. So we will know that when we're like a few weeks away from actually launching, basically, just to kind of keep everyone abreast. Still working to close out the airdrop. On the givebacks, we're getting all of our givebacks blockers closed, so that it gives us the opportunity to launch the givebacks program if we want, and it doesn't have to, come before or after any of the token launches. So some of those things include the 3-box integration, the project verification process, all the communications messaging, our badge design for the website, closing out the airdrop stuff, and governance. So all of our circles are prioritizing these things and working to get them knocked out. We added overview, goals, and success metrics to the giveback spec. Thank you, Willie, for adding that in. And then for the Solidity dev hiring process, unless there's any additional updates you want to share, Griff, as far as our last token meeting, we had one candidate that made it through the second round. We do still want to do outreach to more folks. Ashley is awesome and has taken on the role of scheduling and confirming interviews, and she was also receiving some more applicants. So yeah, this process is in progress, basically. Are there any other updates on it, Griff?
we have another candidate that's making it to the second round, and I believe he's in touch with Amin for the next interview.
Awesome.
So, and Ashley, there's a few other candidates that are coming through the works, and hopefully next week we'll be able to score sometime. Ashley, if you need, feel free to DM me to confirm times.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll look at that today.
Amazing. Anyone else from the Give Token team want to share additional updates I may have missed, or does anyone from the team have questions that you would like for us to keep top of mind? Okay, thumbs ups. Awesome. Okay, well, that brings us, we've got 15 minutes left, and we can go through our updates around our different applications. Who would like to share from Giveth Trace?
Me? We're at the middle of sprint 9. We've just passed 20% of defined work compared to 15 expected. And our goal in this sprint is to make the change of milestone name to traces. And we continuously working on bugs. We need your help to do testing on our beta. And we have lots of UI improvements in this sprint. One of them is to change the the UI designs of after donation, the pending donation, and the done donation. We're working on it, and I would like Amin and Mohammed if they want to add something else.
Thanks, Mani.
Thank you.
I think Giveth.io updates are next, right? I don't know if
Yeah,
Mateo...
sorry, I wasn't sure if there was like I didn't hear anything for a moment, and I didn't know if there was like an audio issue.
Sorry, it's my fault.
Good. So I can take it up. Since Tuesday, Friday, there has been a very thorough session of testing from Mitch, Forrest, Noah. It was Ashley and Lauren, and they made some issues that were very important. I tried to solve them all. Right now, we are only encountering a very rare edge case that Mitch just found today, and it's really weird because it's only the crab spread that is encountering that. So I want to see if I can solve that before actually making the test version of Next mirroring the live version for tomorrow and then move to live, because as I am aware, everything that was an issue a couple of days ago, it's now working. Testers can abide that. So yeah, I think that we're in a stage that we're only needing the little approval of everyone that says, okay, this is actually better than the current version, and we move out to the next one. Because yeah, I think that was it. I think we are only encountering edge cases that are really weird. So the benefits from Next.js are going to be really great. I think the testers have already noticed that. And yeah, I think I want to sync with Kai and see if we can do that tomorrow. First, we make a parallel version of what would look like in Giveth.io before actually moving there, just in case we break things, which is more likely. and after that, we just do it instantly. We move to Giveth.io, and yeah, we would have this Gatsby for the sake of it. And Next.js is the future. So yeah, I think that's it. I had to, yeah, I tried to push a lot of coding and development in from Thursday and Friday because I was supposed to be moving out, but I couldn't. So I think that I want to do all of this that I mentioned. I want to sync with Kai and James for tomorrow and see if we can do it all tomorrow, because I think I'll be moving out on Tuesday till Wednesday. So those 2 days have been very hard to find. So yeah, I think that's it. Very exciting. If you haven't tested the next version, you can go ahead to next.giveth.io and try it out. And if you find an issue, report it, and we'll try to fix it as soon as possible.
I agree, and we will have a look.
Is there anything else that you want to share around that migration or also operation?
I only heard half of it, but I think you asked about the migration, and I'm not sure if you asked me or Mateo. The migration is pretty awesome. Everything will be faster, more stable, and or like that's the why. Developers will have a much easier time working with the other like big, dependencies that like usually help with functionality, putting it in quickly. A lot of that stuff doesn't work with Gatsby. Yeah. Operations. Okay. For ops, the only thing I would really like to I'm taking a look at. Please go to the ops channel. Like Ashley started a discussion there. We should also make another session about this. Like there are some settings. I usually don't want to have these settings alone, but it's also hard to communicate it's what's on my screen, and then you have to make a decision, and then so Ashley, if you're still up to fix the onboarding to our Discord, or not fix, but make it better, have a look. We can do that in the coming days.
Yeah, that sounds good. I wanted to actually hit you up about that too and kind of sync up, because I'm working on kind of like an intro to the Discord and the documentation, and so it'd be nice to have everything aligned. Maybe change the channel from like Giveth 1 to Giveth Trace, and the other one to like Giveth.io, and just kind of like polish a few things here and there before I put out that document.
Great. Keep a list, and we'll work through the list.
Yep, I got one.
I think there is no real further update to ops. Yep.
The audio is coming through a little bit choppy for me. Is there anything else that you wanted to share, Kai?
No, not there. There is always a lot going on, but nothing that needs to be in this list.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right. Well, we made it through. We've got 7 minutes left. I definitely want to mention that we've always got time after our community call for those who are feeling fun and creative and would like to join us in the meme channel on Discord. Usually we'll hop into one of the voice channels, like the community voice channel, and put the Groovy Bot on, and we'll come up with some memes around like a theme or a few themes. So if anyone has time, that'd be awesome to hop on over there after this call. And then given that we have a few minutes left today, I would love to just go around and share maybe what like your #1 priority is for today and how you're feeling after this call. So I can share that I'm feeling inspired, and my #1. Maxim, did you have a question?
Oh, sorry. I just want to add something. I didn't know when was the time to add something onto the agenda point, but yeah. So maybe, can I skip in?
Okay.
Sorry, I don't
Sure.
want to interrupt
What did you
your
want to add?
flow, but so yeah, first of all, like I
Go
mentioned
ahead.
earlier, really briefly to Will, basically that we have a very good lead, like at least like Bendable, they said they can do it, as well as they're happy to work with us essentially on the on and off ramping. So I posted a little in the chat. There's the Notion.so GG payment flow, which like outlines the whole project brief essentially and how the on-off ramping would work with them. That being said, I would love if somebody from the Giveth community can also review that. We're still working on it. There's a few questions still in there, but I really appreciate feedback essentially on that to make sure basically it's super coherent for you guys as well, that it's pluggable, like in-pluggable for the Giveth community, and just also like awesome. Also, obviously, voice any concerns you have with it, as well as any recommendations, or if it's just thumbs up, awesome, leave a thumbs up. Whatever it is. So that'd be really highly appreciated. And then I'm also kind of thinking like how we're pretty deep in dev basically, we're starting the first sprints now basically on getting the whole platform and everything up and running. And Brickmakers told me essentially that the first V1 basically, which is already quite comprehensive, we have a second version that is like even more comprehensive. But V1 is always, there's a lot of features in there. Probably like launching in around October that they're done with that. So then we can launch with Guy Gives in October. And that being said, I'll be really curious to see basically how we can make sure that our roadmaps are really aligned, or if we want to join development efforts or not, or just like, I mean, we keep everything backwards compatible anyways. So Giveth can just like get the, use everything essentially that is on there, like plug on and off certain aspects. But just want to make sure basically that we're coherent and see if you want to like join our like development efforts, or if you don't. And yeah, whatever, it's just like the inclination essentially in that regard. I would love to, like, I don't know if there's time on this call to discuss that, but maybe like set up a separate call basically to like jump on that. I know I already mentioned that last time. Just make sure that we're very coherent and everybody's feeling really happy about this. Like that's what we want to make sure.
Maxim, what's the best way to contact you if people would like to be added to your Gaia Gives calls?
Well, my number is my phone number, but you can also just like, I can invite you to the Telegram chat, and yeah. So +49 177.
No, don't. This is going on YouTube, man. Don't. You think those Discord spam invites are bad? Don't put your phone number here. Not even.
All right. Thanks for making me aware at the last minute. All right, cool. I put it in the Discord chat basically, so you guys can have it and like get in touch with me, and everyone will be on the Gaia Gives community called Awesome. And if you can set up like maybe another meeting also at some point to see like how much effort we want to do together and not like double do the effort basically. I can like very happily run you through all the features that we're developing on the V1. So then you can see basically if you want to do it, or if you just want to like snatch the code and just throw it over basically, or if you want to like kind of like align and work together. Brickmakers are open to that as well. So that's kind of what I would like to see, how we just want to move forward basically the best possible way to not do the work triple and quadruple.
Cool. I just wanted to weigh in. We also can bridge a channel if you want a bridge channel between Gaia Gives and Giveth. So it will be separated in the Giveth Discord as this topic is about Gaia Gives.
Awesome. Yeah, that'd be pretty sexy. Nice. Yeah, let's do that. Can you set that up?
Yes. If you invite me to the Telegram channel, I can set that up.
Awesome. Sweet. Yeah, epic. Thanks, Kai. Do you have your contact somehow to invite you?
I'll ping you. I think you're on Discord.
I'm on Discord. Yes, awesome. I'm in you guys group. I'm like max something, number something. 2-1. I can post it. Awesome. Stoked. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Maxim. Exciting stuff you guys are doing with Gaia Gives. So I think we probably don't have enough time for everyone to share like their priority today, but if you just want to do a one word of how you're feeling, and we can kind of popcorn around. So I am feeling inspired, and I will pass it to Ashley.
Focused, and I'll pass it to Mohammed.
I have nothing to say. I pass it to Manik.
Inspired and full of energy. I pass it to Kay.
Protected from. Don't let me look at the chart again. I give it to Matteo.
Dreamful. Pass it to Lauren.
Chillin'. That's to Mitch.
Crabby. Pass it to Forrest.
I already went. I will pass it to Hannah.
All right. So I think that we're saying how we're feeling in our priority. I'm feeling good and energized for the day, and Willie and I have met up to kind of talk about Giveth, make sure that I know all the details for when I go to the Bitcoin Miami conference, because I want to tell people about it and make sure I have everything right, and then we're going to sprint on some stuff. So excited for that, and I'll pass it to Willie.
I am feeling best day ever. And priorities this week, I want to look at review the doc, the on-ramp stuff that Maxine posted. Also want to work on the Giveth Gardens. There's an action item there we need to knock out so we can have our test garden deployed. That's a priority. And I'll stop there and pass it to Lauren.
I already went. I'll pass it to Tommy.
Sorry, we dropped for a second.
Inspired. Comic relief. I will pass it to who we got left.
Excellent.
Me?
Max?
I can go. I feel very, very excited. And I pass it over to whoever else was left there and voiced themselves.
Me. Yeah. I'm refreshed. I was so tired at the beginning of the call, but I'm refreshed right now. And yeah. Anyone else?
Ashley.
As then. Okay. Yeah, I pass it back to Forrest.
Okay, I think that's all. Thanks so much, everybody. Much love. Don't forget, we've got a meme party going on, so please join us in Discord and we'll hack on cool memes. Look forward to connecting with you over the governance call tomorrow. If you have any agenda points for governance, you can ping me on Discord or post on the channel. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.